Obviously, as a young boy, everyone dreams of playing for their country. You know, it's sort of like a little dream come true for me that I'd be able to say, yeah, I've gone to a different country, I've played football for England, and felt like I had achieved something that, you know, not that many people had got the chance to achieve, you know, and it was just all by saying yes to something that, you know, just giving it a go, and it turned out really wonderful for me.
When we got to Mexico, I don't know where to begin to describe it. It was just sun everywhere, beautiful scenery. They built stadiums for it, there was fans cheering, everyone was cheering for photos. Coming from the circumstances that we were in, going to that, it's just one end of the scale to the top.
I've always loved football, and I think anything to do with football and helping people has always got to be something you can't really turn down. It just feels that everything that I did last year in Mexico, now this is my chance to give everyone who hasn't had the experience, just to make them feel welcome and obviously feel optimistic about what they're going to go do.
It's not about football, it's not about winning football, that's just what the tool that's used to bring everyone together.
The Homeless FA is all about changing lives through football. It's a very big statement, and it's a very, very sweeping statement, but ultimately it's what we do. The charity started less than 2 years ago now because a group of people got together to create something called the England Homeless Football Network. These were a group of like-minded organisations that saw and recognised the need for an organisation such as ours. To qualify to play as part of a Homeless FA programme, you need to have been homeless in the last year. Homeless is such a broad term, and it can cover everything from rough sleeping through to people in supported accommodation, hostels, foyers, things like that. There's also the term hidden homeless, people who might not see themselves as homeless but don't have a permanent address, have, as I said, been sofa surfing or living in B&Bs. And rather than just have this evangelical notion that football's great, because football is great, we know it's great, but how is it great and why is it great? So from the outset, that was our ideology, was to use football as a tool for inspiration, to be the catalyst for change. When we envisaged the creation of an England team, it wasn't picking the best players as it used to be. What we wanted to do was create a system of maximum engagement. So we created the training centre programme. Last year we piloted that with 4 clubs in 3 regions. Very successful programme, and that's why we've expanded to 9 clubs in all geographical regions this year.
Due to the fact that me and my parents didn't really get on very well, that's as to why I got into the hostel. And all I saw was a poster saying, "Do you want to play for England?" I got involved, signed up the application, and here I am today.
The hostel that I live in, my project worker is always telling me, "Oh, get into football, you need to do more, you're a good player, you need to express yourself more." And then he told me about Homeless FA and what they did for him, and how he loved it so much last year. And I thought, well, I might as well go for it.
I had a little bit of a breakdown, relationship breakdown. Ended up losing my home, ended up in a hostel. And I work as a steward at Liverpool Football Club, and I do football with them. So the hostel put me forward and said, "We've got a training centre at United coming along. Would you like to join us?" So I did. At first I didn't want to because it was Man United and I'm a Liverpool supporter. But I decided, yeah, well I may as well, because I'm not doing that. I was just sitting around hostel all day, and so I done it and loved every single last bit of it.
Players get to apply to be part of a football club for 5 weeks, a day each week, being a player at that club, wearing the kit, training at the club, living it, getting backstage access that most people could only dream of, stadium tours, meetings with players, training at the training ground. We appreciate that we can harness the power of professional football clubs more than we can harness the power of our badge straight away, because people know Man United, they know Arsenal.
Believe FC stands for Believe Future Confidence. It's basically a course that was developed by Manchester United Foundation to help people realise their potential. It looks at where they are in their lives, how maybe they could create better opportunities for themselves, how to believe in themselves a little bit more, and basically expanding their horizons to think more positively about their everyday lives.
Last year we were one of the training centres for the Homeless FA. We sort of said that we could work with them doing some of our Believe FC sessions, and through that, working through the training centres, a lot of the values of what we were doing cross-linked with the values of the Homeless FA.
Our day-to-day role is within primary schools, secondary schools, within the local community, working on those kind of programmes with people in those areas. The partnership with the Homeless FA has allowed us to expand that to do the same sort of role, but on a national basis. We've also taken some of the ideas and some of the beliefs and tried to pass those on to maybe other clubs that have worked with the Homeless FA this year.
I'd hope that, you know, we as an organisation from Manchester United, but also the partnership, have changed lives and done something with that.
At each training centre someone gets a qualification, and that's important when they go for a job, and it's important they've got the confidence that they know we'll back them, but also they're learning life skills. They're learning skills that they might not have learned for education because they might have left the education process early or disengaged. So yes, it's about positive communication, it's about teamwork, it's about leadership.
Well, it's not all about winning all the time, it's about understanding people and just come together as one, and just, you know, if someone's down, just get behind them, you know, just boost them up, just keep their head up.
One of the things we can get them to do very, very early on is take sessions themselves. The Sports Leaders Award is all about them doing that.
As much as my character is naturally bubbly, smiley, want to be out there, I think from some of the things that I've kind of been through, I just like to watch people sometimes, and then I get involved gradually, and then sometimes I can't help it. The natural me just comes out.
Anyone else? Right, great, grab some water. Great. Well done, Julie, that's it. Go around the cone, come back, turn around.
And I think each week the confidence was coming back, and so that enabled me to be able to kind of take the session and just feel relaxed and get on with people, and no one was judging me, and then I could just help other people out. So that's what I liked about it.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how good they were going to be, what they were going to be like, but it was definitely worth it. It was 100% worth it.
I'm going to start a round of applause for you guys, but I want you all to clap each other, because what you've done to get here is absolutely amazing. To do as well as you did during the training centres and then be selected at the end of it is phenomenal. St George's Park is the heart of English football, so this is where there'll be briefings for the England team, stuff like that. Where we're going to take you in a minute is the National Football Centre. It is amazing.
Once you put the kit on at St George's Park, you're seeing your number and your name up, Matt. The rushes were running through my body. Amazing.
When I walk in there, I feel inspired, and I'm not even in your shoes, so hopefully it'll be even better for you guys.
Look at these.
Today at St George's Park, all of our coaching and mentor staff are taken from the ex-playing fraternity that we have.
I was a player in 2011, and then I progressed onto assistant coach in 2012, and I am now the coach for Poznan, Poland. Since I've been introduced to the Homeless FA and what football can actually do to a person, what it's done to me is basically use football skills and transfer them to life skills.
We don't select a centre forward, we select someone who can listen, who will engage, who will be ready to move their lives forward.
If it isn't winning a trophy, it's being proud of the players, do you know? And the expectations of the players should really be to gain as much as they can and come back a stronger you, a stronger person, and then, do you know, tackle the obstacles that stand in your way in general life.
The Homeless World Cup is going to be a fantastic experience for everyone that takes part.
The Homeless World Cup is a network of 69 different organisations throughout the world, and they all have one thing in common, which is they all use football to help homeless or socially disadvantaged people. Once a year, all these countries meet up and showcase what they do, bring a squad of 8 players to represent the country. It's about recognition, about respect, about friendship, and about self-esteem, and it's about hopefully leaving this experience, or leaving Poznan a bit stronger.
To be in Poland was a dream. I'm very impressed with the team and myself.
I sent a text over to my dad, or I called him and I said, do you know what, actually, it's quite funny to laugh about it, but I captained England. So at the World Cup, I was like, how did I get here? Like, what?
It really has been life-changing, you know, meeting so many different people, like just everybody's so welcoming. You just get off the pitch, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, nobody really cares. It's more about just having fun and meeting new people, and just the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life, to be honest.
They meet other people from different countries, they don't speak the same language, it doesn't matter, everybody's happy, and they understand each other because they share the same backgrounds for some of them, and they share the same feelings on the pitch. So on the pitch they understand each other.
Back at the hostel singing all night England songs, all the countries, it's amazing. All the cultures, you know, from different backgrounds, come from so many different scenarios, and when we all come together we are one football, do you know what I mean? Amazing.
When I put on this kit, it's like I've got to, no matter what the situation is or what's going on, or if there's tit-for-tat arguments, or even if you're talking to other countries, you've got to hold like a respect for yourself and not let yourself down, and especially wearing this, you know, you don't want to let your team down.
So the Homeless FA is our partner in England, but we also do a lot of work with them during the year, especially in Europe, because they have great relationships with other European partners. Working with all the different clubs make it even more special. I don't know other countries do it like that. The way we work with them, or I try to work with them, is that I try to make them an example for others.
It's a very trite saying, but we don't change people's lives. They change their own lives. All we do is allow them the opportunity to do exactly that.
I can't explain, man. It's done so much for me. Being here, it's just, my confidence levels have boosted. I wouldn't even come on camera before this. It's just boosted my confidence so much, just meeting new countries, meeting new cultures, man. It's just brilliant, man.
The Homeless FA has changed my life for the good.
With the whole stages, me personally, it's kind of getting a lot more confidence back, self-esteem, believing in my abilities, and I kind of want to hold on to that. So when I go back home, no matter how hard things get, it's like you can come back to here, you know?
Especially when the captain my side against Switzerland, you know what I mean? Words don't explain me.
I wanted to make my daughter and my family proud, and I have. Because I've just had a text off my mum, she's over the moon. She's so proud of me.
I always ask myself, what do you want? It's just to be happy. And it shouldn't be a hard thing, but, you know, that's what I want to take home. Sorry.